I'm out in the garage working on the Camaro today. Got it up on the rotisserie. So now we can get all the finish welds done on the bottom. Clean everything up. Get a coat of epoxy primer on it. So I had a friend of mine, Kevin, who's a welder, come over. He's finishing off all this, welding everything into the subframe connectors. This is the bracing that the convertible uses. There's a pan that bolts here, here, and then right at the back. And then I've extended it out to connect here and here. And that goes right into the transmission tunnel here. So I have a brace that goes on here to help with the stiffness a little bit. And then up inside here, I have another aluminum panel that bolts in here to help separate the exhaust heat from the torque tube. I'm gonna run my fuel line and everything up in there too. I'll put that back on over the next couple of videos, and if you didn't see the earlier ones, you can see how that fits. But that's a few more of the things welded up. We built this bracket that bolts to the subframe mount locations for the rear and also for the front. That goes out to the rotisserie, and then from there it also attaches and bolts into the bumper mount there, which goes to the connection of the rear frame rail there. So still lots of finishing and grinding to do, but now it won't be so bad. I did the minimum while I was under the car. I've started to grind all this back. You can see this side still just cut square. So probably a day's worth of grinding and cleaning, and then sanding all this E-coat off. I need to put a plate across here still on each side, because I did the sides and the top, but didn't do the bottom while I was underneath, so that'll be next. So we'll pick it up over the next few days and see how it goes. Okay, so I got some more grinding and cleaning done today. A little bit in the firewall. This still needs lots of work, but it's getting closer. Got this all cleaned up. Just everything I can get with the machine for now, and then I've got to go back in and touch all these little things up by hand in close to here where I can't get. So that'll all get done just with some 80 grit to get a good tooth on it. There's still lots of little things like this isn't welded on the back side. I'll wait till we flip it over, and then Kevin will weld that. You got a nice bead along here, and then I ground that back and filed it so it's not sharp. This still needs to get clean. I just cleaned it with some isopropyl alcohol so it wasn't oily before I start sanding the paint off, but I got all these cleaned back and filed. Same with this. And I've got the mounts for the gas tank starting. So it's just a stock. I cut a little bit off the back so it'll move back a little bit more. And I'll need to modify the front edge, but I got it marked for my holes. So that'll be the next thing to get welded on. So I've got this all cleaned up. I'll need to get a coat of epoxy primer on there and some paint so it's not gonna rust out behind. And that's it for now. Getting some more work done on the 69 Camaro. Firewall's all welded in, just needs to be ground down and cleaned up. Underneath here is basically all welded. There's a few little bits and pieces here and there to do, but essentially it's cleaned up. Everything is welded in place. New transmission tunnel. This is for the aluminum brace that separates the exhaust heat from the torque tube. This is the convertible brace. And then there's another panel that bolts across here. And then I've extended that out to also bolt into here. Got a piece of 1-inch DOM that goes up around there. That's the transmission location. And then these are the mounts for the C6 aluminum cross member that goes in here. And then the upper control arms and the coilover go there. Gas tank mounting location. And then this is cut out to allow for exhaust routing on each side. So next will be to finish off the last little bit of welding that needs to be done. Give everything a really good sand, epoxy prime, and then probably going to do the Raptor bed liner on the floor just because it's durable as far as rocks and everything go. This is going to be a car that gets used. It's not going to be just an occasional take it to shows and stuff like that. It's a car that I'm actually going to drive, so it's going to see some road miles. So okay, we'll pick it up I guess once everything's welded and we're ready for primer.